February 27, 2025, Ask Doc Ellis. This is Doc Ellis, your hick doctor from Oklahoma. Deloria from Alabama. VA work restrictions. I'm a disabled veteran and a current federal employee working at the VA. Do you handle reasonable accommodation using VA disability ratings? I desperately need one. Don't need the ratings, but I can incorporate all that. A professor of occupational medicine, that's what we do. Federal workers' comp, VA disability, we can get you ADA letters and what needs to be done, and fill out with a CA-17. Are any of your injuries work related? If not, they could be. But we'll just send us your stuff. Send it, go to ellisclinic.com and send it as a OWCP or federal workers' comp claim, and write on it it's about why I want some accommodations. But that's rather than on the VA. Okay? If you just need VA disability, that's what you. But use a federal workers' comp appointment form. Okay. David from Oklahoma. How long does it regularly take for a response for an email that I sent one in February? I apologize. Okay. We're about 21 people here. We're trying to take care of the whole dadgum world. People are coming from all over. Pray that we need some investment capital so we can triple the number of people here, because no one seems to know this crap. Okay, so don't give up. It may have gotten lost. And also if you call and you're on a long waiting, call back. All right. I mean, we're not the government. We don't have unlimited funds. Okay, this is John from Tennessee, Federal Workers' Comp. I was injured while driving a postal vehicle in November 2023. Had a C4-5 bulging disc and broken sternum, broken clavicle, the AC joint shoulder, and had a broken pelvis, still hurts, and dented kneecap, high ankle sprain, cervical stenosis. Yeah, you got banged up, buddy. Okay, the only thing that hadn't been approved by workers' comp lady, which is the claim examiner, is my pelvis. Well, damn, get it approved so you can get treatment for it. Get a doctor say that happened to the accident. Didn't come out of the clear blue sky. Okay, so you need a diagnosis, fractured pelvis. Everything that you had, you want a diagnosis for, so down the line, if a doctor has some procedure or test he wants to do, it can be done. You don't want to get it done 20 years from now. Get it all covered. And if they don't know how, have your doctor ask a consultation with Ellis Clinic. We may be able to do it on the phone with all the records and stuff, or I can talk to the doctor. Doesn't cost your doctor anything, doesn't cost you anything. And we will give you the magic words that are needed, because every system has magic words or legal medicine words. Like each state has a different workers' comp, personal injury is different than state workers' comp and federal workers' comp, VA is different, and so you have to know all that stuff. You got to be a lawyer in this. I'm not one, but you got to be. Okay, I do kick lawyers' asses though. Okay, no doctors give me an impairment rating on any parts. Okay, with all those things, you're probably not going to find anybody that knows how to do AMA Guide 6th edition. This is the book that you do federal workers' comp on. And it'd take all day to do that. And I don't think anybody want to do it. Now, we'll do it for you. Okay, but now let's talk about that. You don't want to schedule rating. Now, if you can't work, you want to be on temporary total disability, inability to work until you die. Because the amount of the scheduled ward is the same amount of temporary total disability, TDD. If it's scheduled ward, once it runs out, it stops. Now you can imagine how easy it is to get back on workers' comp. Don't do that. Now, but let's say you knew you had cancer, you're going to be dying in a year or two. Then you could do a scheduled ward and take a lump sum settlement. Right? Okay. Turn your phone off, Mike. All right. I tried to work but couldn't and needed restrictions. Yeah. Well, yeah, pelvis and hips approval, sure. But I would not recommend ratings. But send your stuff on at ellisclinic.com, Federal Workers' Comp, and put down what we need to do, because it sounds like we just need to get that stuff approved for you. But maybe you do need a scheduled ward. Maybe you need to be on temporary total disability. You certainly need accommodations, and that's what I do. I mean, that's a no-brainer. Okay. Don't be surprised if the government acts stupid. This was a FERS retirement case, and they sent the treating doctor, a letter. Would you answer these 4 questions? Since it was federal, he wouldn't even answer them. So I did a FERS impairment rating for him, and the lawyer's retirement system. We can't use Dr. Ellis' report because he's not the treating doctor. Now that's just bullshit. There's no rule for that. Otherwise, no one will ever get FERS. She just pulled it out of her ass. Okay? And if you think I'm cussing, forget it. Like someone at a restaurant the other day, you need to stop cussing. I said, when you go to Auschwitz to see the ovens, then you tell me to stop cussing. You have no clue what I see from people all over the United States and how claims examiners and supervisors mistreat them. And it makes me mad, and I should be mad. All right, so now, so here is Lolita. Okay, I was given a memorandum for proposed removal, medical inability to perform. Okay, so you'd be removed, but you get in here, we'll put you on temporary total disability, and you'll be a federal employee until you die. Example, 60-year-old, I'm standing up, postal employee, you don't need to move it, no, it's fine, postal employee, on a walker, because his hips, knees, and ankles are shot. And he's getting 75% of his pay tax-free, and the nurse case manager wants him off workers' comp, TTD, and on FERS, 40% taxable. I said, that's a good idea. That'll save post office a lot of money. You hired him under a 1916 law that says if employment factors contribute that much, the slightest amount, it's 100% covered. And the only change was in 74, you get to pick your doctor, and your doctor's opinion has more probative or legal value. It's not like in a car wreck where the 2 dueling doctors equal, and then the judge decides which one makes more sense. In federal, it's this way. That's why we always win. VA law is the same thing. No one knows it. No one follows it, but that's the law, and I kick the ass of the people that don't do it. You better know the law if you come into my office. So anyway, you should be on temporary total disability, probably. They're also taking your medical diagnosis, autoimmune. Okay, now that we're talking about ADA, American Disability Act, I mean, they're in deep trouble pulling this shit. Okay. So the options were disability payments, TTD. If they don't give you restrictions, then you stay home and get your check. Now, and it's going to be hard. You may be in a small town. There aren't any places to work and stuff. But the federal workers' comp law is extremely fair. Just people don't know it until I make them know it. Okay. Okay, Dawn from Pennsylvania. Federal workers' comp. God bless her heart. The United Postal Service, 30 years, letter carrier. I've been having diagnosed osteoarthritis and torn hip labrum, unable to work to the pain. I want to file a CA2. I guess so. Obviously, that's work related. And you don't, if you're not getting help from the doctor, he doesn't want to, that's good. Like I'm licensed to do brain surgery. It would be malpractice. You go to somebody who knows how to do this stuff. Well, occupational medicine is not taught in medical school. And legal medicine, no one's ever even heard the words. Okay? Because you've got to know the law and do the occupational medicine. So it's occupational and legal medicine. Okay? And but this, sure, you got a winnable case, and you may win it the first time through. You may win it with a little harassment, and we'll do an oral hearing, and you'll win. This is a slam dunk. My God, 30 years. Okay. And it doesn't cost you anything. We don't charge you anything. And here's Brent from New Mexico. Okay. Okay, here's an interesting one. This is federal workers' comp. I've been diagnosed with a meningioma, was subjected to gamma-emitting scanning machines for several years. Then DOL has denied my claim. I'm the third person where I work to be diagnosed. I would like to talk. That's interesting. 3 people in that cluster is very important. Now, it would not meet the criteria for an epidemiological double-blind, cohort sturdy with side squares. But that's enough in federal workers' comp to show a tie. And also in a VA. So you've been around radiation, and 3 you have a meningioma. That's not coincidence. Okay, it'd be hard to win, but we take it. If you take it all here in ECAP, it might win. Okay. Okay. Here's Rolando. Worked post office 19 years. Got fired after back injury 4 years ago. They do that all the time. I couldn't do anything, but what can I do? Did you file a claim? If you filed a claim, then we'll put you on temporary total disability. You had to file it within 3 years of being a federal employee. So I hope you filed it or turned in some kind of paperwork to them. And then we'll help you it'll be a cumulative trauma injury where you get an employee statement, we'll help you with that. And then you get a doctor and it gives the medical rationale and we'll get you covered. And you'll be on workers' comp. And then if they want to save money, they'll put you back to work at a less strenuous job. Okay. And this is Rita. I'm getting 75% federal workers' comp for life since 2014. I'm also eligible for OPM retirement and a scheduled award has been approved. Okay, now, go ahead and get your first OPM in retirement because then don't file for it. I want to go first. I want to go temporary total disability, but you're on 75% tax free instead of 40% taxable. But if you get it, it's there. I did have one person once said, Doc, I'm giving up the 75%. I'm going to 40% taxable because if I see Department of Labor one more time on a letter, I'm going to have a stroke. Okay, but if you put up with it, let the law protect you. Okay, so you stay on workers' comp until you die. Okay, federal time. Now, schedule award, like we talked. If you knew you were going to die and you would need a big lump sum so your kids go to school, that's fine. But it's the same amount each month. You get a lump sum, you take a 4% penalty. So but when it cuts off, for instance, I had a lawyer. You don't need a lawyer in this stuff, guys. There's not many names I've given out, okay? Just sad. But anyway, he wanted the person to get off workers' comp and get a scheduled award so he could get his piece of the pie. So I told her, I said, now, did he tell you that when that scheduled award runs out, that your workers' comp stops? And you're not getting anything? Well, he told me we'd get it restarted. So I called him, and then sure enough, that's what he said. Have you ever done that? Okay, I'll be glad to do the scheduled award if you will give her an interest-free loan to pay her until her TTD starts again. Well, I can't do that. Well, I said, I tell you what you can do. You get your checkbook out, and I want 20% interest, and you send her a check right now. It's got to be postmarked by midnight tonight. You're a lying scuzzball. You're going to cut her off for her damn life? And of course, he's a lawyer, he thinks he can walk all over me. I said, get on my website. I don't know how many I've done then, but I've done 1,589 trials and depositions, including federal criminal court. And I've never lost a case. You don't want to mess with this old fat man. I know the law, and I make you follow it, government. Okay, so anyway, and he's, I don't care if it's house on fire, and your wife said, baby, it better be postmarked tonight, so you send her the check. Okay, because that's just wrong. Okay.
It's a good question.
Yeah, it's a good question. No one tell me how much my federal retirement will be. That's a first. You get 40% of your pay. It's 60% the first year, and 40% they take out taxes. So we don't want federal retirement. But then you may get up to the point where you're about normal Social Security and stuff. You check it out. See what figured out the math. How much will the schedule award be? If you cut off your arm, you get 312 weeks, which is at 75% of your pay at that time. So if you're making $1,000 a week and you get $750. Times 312, it's 100%. Anyway.
Of course, there's the schedule award calculator on our
go
website.
Go to LSComp and the Federal Workers' Comp, there's a calculator. So if you got it like you have an arm, you think it's 10, 20%. It's significant, a lot more than state workers' comp. The federal government's law is really, really fair, but no one follows it. Okay. Well, no, that's not true. I'm just seeing what's called the end of the bell curve. there's most people admit a lot of this. So the people that are really harassed, videoed, try to be thrown in jail, terrible supervisors that just, that's the ones I see. And that's the one I want to help. Okay. Mary. Marie, okay. Okay. Thank you for addressing my question. I guess we'd answered. I guess Gary probably.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, you did that.
Last time. Okay. Well, you've got a memory. I get a pass. I'm 83. I can't follow CA-17. CA-17 is the employer says this is their job. How much can they lift, walk, and stuff. But you can advise their medical necessity for therapy. Yeah. You're going to need therapy. That's just treatment. They've got to provide you treatment. You're just going to have a doctor that knows how to write the letter. And then when they deny it, does an oral hearing. That takes about 15 minutes because it's common sense. And the hard thing, I mean, this is so dishonest sometimes. A claims examiner is supposed to reply in 30 days any written thing. They just won't reply. So if you don't get a denial, you can't get an oral hearing. How about that for a catch-22? People ought to be fined or punished for that kind of stuff. Alrighty. Do you need nexus letter for sleep apnea secondary tinnitus? Sure. Yeah. There's lots of medical studies and case law that tinnitus messes with rapid eye movement sleep and contributes to sleep apnea, making it a service-connected condition. I saw a video once of a veteran service officer. These people do this for free. Don't do 10% tinnitus, it's just 10%. No, you get that 10%, you get sleep apnea, if you get it. And if you're out of a heart attack or stroke and die, the spouse gets a pension. So that 10% is a big one. Here we go. Jordan, OWC refused to pay for my medical treatment. The system is broken. No, it may be your doctor that doesn't know how to write the reports and appeal and go through the stuff. So send them to this sick doctor. We'll take a look at it, and you want them to still stay your doctor, and we'll just help walk it through. It doesn't cost them anything. Now the claims examiner acts like a gatekeeper. It's like their idea to not give anybody anything, because there's a bias against the interlitigant. When I started doing legal medicine, early 70s, I thought 60% of my patients would be honest and 40% be kind of flaky. That makes me, amongst normal doctors, not insurance doctors, just normal everyday doctors, pro-injured person. Because our ego is such that we'd rather 99 people not be paid than one trick or trick us. Okay? But truth's truth, and I don't care who their lips. Okay, now here's another. My VSO said VA doctors won't write a nexus. That's a causation report in VA. Private doctors will. Well, do you want someone paid by the VA to do your nexus report? That's like being a black man and going to a KKK meeting, have them write your report. Okay, you don't want these people that are working for the VA and doing CMP exams write you a nexus report. The odds of you getting somebody that's honest and on your side, because like I know some people that work for different companies that provide CMP exams, and they'll get, we notice that you find a lot of extra conditions. That's not even a veiled threat. That's a threat. If you keep doing it, we're not going to send you business. Now, I wouldn't mind if it's a church company, but it's the VA. But that's okay, because everybody has the bias, they just don't know it. In fact, I told about years ago, Allstate ran an ad for a long time. We fight fake car wreck claims to keep your car insurance premiums down by Allstate. And I fell on my chair laughing. Great ad, great actor, good ad, but it should have put them out of business. I mean, that's a comedian's 5-minute skit. Hey, dummy, buy your insurance, we promise to fight you. In fact, I got so mad that I took the master's course in accident reconstruction. By the way, that's probably the best analogy of low-speed accidents ever done in the world. It makes sense. Low speed. 10-mile-an-hour accidents falling off this desk. 15 is falling off a 7.5-foot ladder. 20 miles an hour, which everybody considers low speed, is falling off the top of a one-story building. 25 is a two-story building top, and 30 is a three-story building top. The question is, why aren't they not worse? Well, a lot of crumpling of the cushions and crumpling, and some of that pressure is taken away from the body. But the trouble with car wrecks, it's so fast, you don't even put that in the Excel spreadsheet. It's instantaneous. You probably know as old as I am, when they're doing rocket launches to see if we can go into space, they put you in a rocket sled and boom, you go down track. That's in milliseconds, but a car wreck is faster. And it's the jerk that gets you. Okay. And a bunch of nice thank you notes. Okay. Well, I appreciate those.
Yeah, question number 2, I think you
Did I miss it?
yeah, is at the bottom of
Oh, it's the bottom. Oh, yeah. Well, thank you. Thank
First
you.
page.
Thank you. That's a good one. This is Eleanor. FERS, Mississippi. Can you write a medical statement for FERS disability? Sometimes we can do it on television. Sure. That's what we do. We're FERS experts. Oh, yeah. I've been to federal criminal court for FERS and won every time.
And what? Question 11 and 12, I think.
Okay.
Either I missed it or.
Well, I missed it. 15. 9 and 11. Oh, okay. It's a good one. Thank you. This is a good. Please explain VA regulations for migraines and tinnitus. Now, migraines can be rated 10, 30, 50, and even 70. I've seen 70s. Now, tinnitus is just 10%. But and if so, let's say you have 50% migraines and 10% tinnitus. You don't get any extra. But let's say you had 10% tinnitus and you also have migraines. The tinnitus contributes to migraines and makes those migraines service connected. Let's say you had migraines before you went into service, and then you get tinnitus from maybe the rifle range. Then that makes it a service connected migraine. Okay. Now this is 12. That obstructive sleep apnea for VA is now August 2025. What are they going to do?
Well, I'm
I
sure.
think you're going to lower it.
Yeah, I think that's right. I did read something about that.
Yeah. It's awful. It's awful. Let's find a way to screw the bed.
All right,
Let's
Doc.
find a way to screw the working man.
Appreciate it.
Hey, bless you all.